Hello, my darlings, it's me, Mrs. Claus, all the way from the North Pole, and I'm ready to read my friend's book. This is from Raymond and Ricky Victorio. Oh, my dear. The Secret of Fairy Cove. Oh, I suggest you get this book. Look how colorful it is. You can look all day and find something different in all the photos. Oh, my goodness. Are you ready? The Secret of Fairy Cove. Once upon a time, there was a magical place called what? That's right, Fairy Cove. The crickets clicked, birds chirped, and the trees rustled in the breeze. Can you chirp? The brook gurgled as it moved over the rocks, winding its way through the small forest. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Gurgle, gurgle. Just like any normal forest. One evening, something otherwise stirred as the air filled with a fresh green scent, and the evening air filled the sky with magic. Oh, Chloe loved to play in the wildflowers near the big old oak tree at the edge of her backyard. She watched as the evening breeze tickled the fireflies as they buzzed above her. It looked like they were dancing with their lights flickering together. She imagined she was dancing with them. Oh, it was beautiful. Deep in the forest, Prim, Twig, and Spark were an important task. They were on an important task for Grumly, the wise old elf who was the keeper of all the magical fairy stones. He was waiting for the return of the awakening stone, and it was their job to return it. With a magical stone, you could see, hear, and speak to all the creatures in the world, no matter how small or tall. A bumblebee, a tree, or even a fairy. Probably an elf too, I gather, yes? The awakening stone had to be returned before dawn, or it would begin to lose its magical powers. And it was getting late. Oh my. As they bustled the stone to Grumly, a sudden gust of wind blew. Everyone was tossed topsy-turving, and the magic stone flew out of the leaf, and it landed right into Chloe's pocket. I can't wait to find out what happens next. Turn the page. When Chloe opened her eyes, she was bedazzled. She was staring right at a fairy, and he looked just as surprised. Chloe could hear the fireflies giggling. Oh, my dear, for the first time in 100 years, Prim was speechless. Drawing in a long, slow breath, Chloe whispered, "Are you a fairy? I can see you." Prim, Spark, and Twig stared at the girl with pigtails in shock. Did she just speak to us? Asked Twig. Said Prim. Chloe didn't realize the fairy stone had fallen in her pocket. Everything is so beautiful. Awkward, blurted Spark. In awe, Chloe watched the fairy singing and dancing. It was a joyful sight filled with laughter and music. She listened to their song. I'm going to try this. I don't know how it goes, but we're going to pretend. Fairies, we are hidden and free.
out, we can see you.
Not so bad for an old lady, huh? The evening sky started to darken, and the moon and stars lit the sky. Chloe turned to Prim and said,
I have to go. It's getting late. This is my very best night ever.
With one twirl, she skipped home singing,
I saw fairies, I saw fairies.
never realizing she had the awakening stone in her apron pocket. Oh, my dear. Prim, Twig, and Spark were bewinked with worry as they watched Chloe skipping away with the precious awakening stone. Oh, no. We have to get the stone back, said Prim. Oh, how are we going to do that? Asked Spark nervously. Oh, we have to go and tell Grumly, said Twig firmly. He'll know what to do. Prim nodded and said,
Let's hurry.
Deeper into the forest of Fairy Cove, under a giant oak tree, lived the wisest and oldest elf in the forest. Grumly was the keeper of all the different fairy stones and protector of their magical powers. He knew each and every stone had a unique gift. The rose stone brought love. The purple one had healing powers, and the yellow one, that was used this evening, awakening the magic and beauty of the forest. That was the awakening stone, and its gift was very special. The three friends arrived at Grumly's house and pounded urgently on the door.
Grumly, please hurry. We've lost the awakening stone.
Grumly listened to their story patiently. He nodded occasionally and hummed once. Then he pulled on his beard and thought for what seemed like a very long time. Finally, his face opened wide with a big smile. With a hearty he, and a snort, Grumly pulled the three friends close and said, Oh, we must act quickly. Before morning's light, when the stone will begin to lose its glow, we can't have people seeing and hearing us. It's just not right. Listen to my instructions very carefully and do exactly as I tell you. After he explained what they had to do, Grumly took Prim aside and said reassuringly, Prim, remember, you're a fairy. Just be your charming self. I'll believe in you and your friends. Determined, Prim, Twig, and Spark headed off to find the little girl with the awakening stone in her pocket. Meanwhile, as Chloe was getting ready for bed, the awakening stone fell out of her apron pocket.
Oh, what is this? It's so pretty. It's glowing.
She picked up the magic stone and immediately heard two crickets in the corner of her room arguing over a cracker she had dropped earlier. This must be how I saw the fairies and heard them singing. It wasn't a dream after all, she thought. She stared at the beautiful glowing amber stone and spoke very tenderly.
You are so beautiful. I'll keep you safe on my pillow, right next to me. I'll keep your secret safe. Don't you worry.
Outside Chloe's bedroom window, the three friends kept themselves hidden while they listened to Chloe's promise to the stone.
She's not so bad, whispered Spark.
Shh, I know, but we've got to get it back,
said Prim.
Well, it's up to you, Prim, said Twig urgently. Now, go in there and get the stone.
Wish me luck,
whispered Prim bravely. With his shoulders squared and wings outspread, Prim flew into Chloe's bedroom, trying to make himself seem as big and mighty as a tiny fairy could be. Landing at the foot of the bed, Prim said,
May I please have your attention? Wake up, little girl, for I am Prim the Mighty, and I have come for the return of the magic stone.
He looks so mighty there, doesn't he?
What? Asked Chloe dreamily. Oh my, you're the fairy from the forest,
she said excitingly. Clearing his throat bravely, Prim said,
Yes, I am.
My name is Chloe, and it's very nice to meet you. Prim the Mighty,
said Chloe politely.
I am sorry, I do not want to give you my pretty new stone, for then I might never see the fairies dance or hear the fireflies laughing while they flicker about. That would make me very sad,
said Chloe solemnly.
That would be very
sad indeed, said Prim thoughtfully. She didn't seem like the other humans who had come into their forest. She seemed nice. In fact, he thought, she seemed special for a human girl. Maybe it was the magic of the stone. But he actually felt badly for taking the stone away from her. Then Prim made a decision to offer a trade. We must return the stone before morning's light, or it will lose its glow and the magic will weaken until it is no more.
If you will give me the stone, I will take you on a magical adventure that you will never forget. Come on, it will be fun, said Prim
encouragingly. Prim offered his hand to Chloe, snapping his fingers. Chloe started to float up off of the bed, as light as a feather. Oh my! Exclaimed Chloe. I'm flying! They flew out of her bedroom window and whizzed past the startled Twig and Spark. They flew over the sleeping town and Fairy Cove. Chloe giggled as the treetops tickled her toes.
Oh, Prim! I never want this night to end.
And Chloe had never been happier, but the night was drawing closer to morning, and it was time to head home. They sat quietly in the oak tree and listened to the night sounds of the forest under the light of the glowing moon and twinkling stars. See why we should buy this book, so you can look at these beautiful photos for much longer. Once back safely in a room, Prim reminded Chloe,
I have to return this stone to Grumbly. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to all fairies.
Oh, please, said Chloe, don't take it. I'll never be able to see you again. You're my bestest friend,
Chloe added tearfully. Prim had an idea.
I can't let that happen to us, Chloe. You're my bestest friend, too.
Taking a moment, he added,
I won't let this happen.
Chloe snuffed hopefully. How?
It is a magical gift, a secret of Fairy Cove that you cannot ever share with anyone.
Said Prim solemnly.
It's a fairy's kiss that will give you the power to always be able to see the fairies. It will let us be friends forever.
With a wink and a snap, Prim kissed her gently on the cheek, then picked up the stone. They waved goodbye, and Prim raced off to return the awakening stone to Grumbly. The awakening stone was safely tucked away with the other gems, and Fairy Cove's safety was restored. Chloe was the happiest girl in Fairy Cove. For every evening, as the fireflies flickered and the stars twinkled, she was dancing with her new fairy friends, Prim, Spark, and Twig. I love the tree with the little face on it. There's little animals in the corner. I love it. Oh, the end! Or is it? Oh, that means there's going to be more stories about Fairy Cove. I can't wait to find out more. Oh, you should buy this. Go on Amazon or look for The Secret of Fairy Cove by Raymond and Ricky Victorio. What a beautiful, beautiful story. Oh, it's so magical. I hope you enjoyed it today. Let me know. Comment below. I'll let Ricky and Raymond know what you thought. What was your favorite part? Oh my goodness. Bye-bye, everyone.